The important thing to note here after Offset spits a lyric like "I don't vibe with queers" isn't whether he's homophobic or not. I know he went on Instagram and he walked people through his writing process, if you want to call it that. He was finding what words to rhyme with other words, and I believe him. I think he is a victim of bad, lazy writing. I think that's what's most evident here, because the bar after that, after "I do not vibe" or "I cannot vibe with queers" is "I got the heart of a bear." So I don't think Offset is homophobic, or I don't think we can tell from this bar that he's homophobic. What's most at stake here, especially in the climate that we're in, is that it's not really about how the person who says the terrible thing personally feels. It's the influence that they have. And the fact that by saying what they have to say validates an entire group of people to hurt and discriminate against another. I want to give you guys a bit of history to go along with this story. In the early 90s, there was a young man by the name of Ronald Ray Howard. He killed a police officer while being stopped in a stolen car in Texas. Now, what makes this story unique is that Ronald Ray Howard admitted that rap music influenced him to kill the cop. You'll remember that at this time, a big record was Ice-T's Cop Killer, and just in the early 80s, you know, we're just coming off of Fuck the Police. But this was in a time where tension was so high and laws were being passed that were targeting blacks, and these laws were being enforced by police. So tension was so high that you could definitely see a 20, 21-year-old visibly seeing the evidence, hearing the evidence, and also seeing that evidence on TV screens. You could see how that could influence somebody to kill police. He ended up being killed by lethal injection. And now you have this song with Offset where he's not calling it "I don't vibe with queers," but he's got one line in there that suggests that "I don't fuck with gay people." Now, again, it doesn't matter if he's homophobic or not, because especially a Migos fan, first of all, let's just say this. A Migos fan isn't somebody who I would say really listens to lyrics that closely. So the explanation of the definition and this is the context in which I was using it really doesn't fucking matter to a fucking Migos fan. That's what I think the funniest thing out of this is. The funniest thing out of this is that the person who will be most affected by this is somebody who probably lives in Atlanta, first of all, where there's a huge gay population, fucking huge gay population. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that's where all of Migos are from. You guys correct me if I'm wrong about that. But the person who's most affected by this is somebody who really doesn't go to Rap Genius to look up lyrics. Is really not somebody who checks back to see what the proper context of a lyric is. It's somebody who just listens to the music. Do I think that this music would influence people to commit hate crimes and then to say Offset made me do it? No, I do not. But Offset is merely a pawn in what's going on in the country right now. And by using this word, he stepped right into a joke. He stepped right into it, and he can only blame himself. It's a stupid situation, but it's a situation that comes by way of the moronic comments that your president makes and how it's validated by other stupid white nationalists who do the hateful things that they do. And now we can only just sit back and wait for people with voices, people with platforms to say things that can be taken as negative or hurtful, and we have to condemn them for it, and we have to hold their feet to the fire, because the danger is that we're enabling others to do bad things. This whole thing reminds me of that scene from Do the Right Thing where Spike Lee is speaking to Pino. Pino, who is an Italian guy who works at the pizzeria, is always saying racist shit. Spike Lee confronts him on it, and listen up.
Pino, all you ever talk about is nigga this and nigga that. And all your favorite people are so-called niggas.
It's different. Magic, Eddie, Prince are not niggas. I mean, they're not black. I mean, let me explain myself. They're not really black. I mean, they're black, but they're not really black. They're more than black. It's different.
It's different.
Yeah, to me, it's different.
So the question here is, how could somebody who made his career off of Versace, and Johnny Versace's just, you don't have to know anything about fashion to know that Versace is gay or that he was gay. You don't have to know anything about the fashion industry to know that a large part of the fashion industry is made up of homosexuals. A large part of hip hop, people behind the scenes or people not so behind the scenes that you just don't know about, are homosexuals. So although I don't think Offset is homophobic, or I don't think that this song is evidence that Offset is homophobic, I do think it's really retarded for him to say what he has to say when his whole brand, everything that he is, down to the clothes that he wears, has such a taste of gayness to it that it's hilarious that he would be the person to say this. Although I believe him that it's just an evidence of bad writing and just being plain lazy. What do you guys think? Do you think Offset is homophobic? Do you think there's any danger that comes from this song? Will people just forget about this in 2 days? Or will Migos take a hit as a whole? Will the Migos brand take a hit and basically be lumped in with Chick-fil-A as brands that are out in the world that do not accept gay people? I don't know why I used the Chick-fil-A example, because that was years ago, and obviously Chick-fil-A is like a Christian-owned business. What do you guys think in the comment section below? Please let me know, and don't forget to like the video because it helps me out so very much. But let me know in the comment section below, and I will see you guys next time.